I'm Jennifer from Cultaholic, and welcome to This Week in Wrestling. And joining me this week is Sam and Ross. Hi, gents. It's December.
Woman.
Oh, it's near Christmas, Ross. Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
I feel so excited. You're excited, Sam, aren't
Christmas
you?
is the best, man.
Wait, it's the second best behind Halloween.
Winter, snow, and Christmas. It's the best thing.
Oh, snow.
Snow is the best
No,
thing.
snow is the best. Snow is
Snow
the
is a
best weather.
nuisance.
No, it's
Snow is a
not.
Snow is a nuisance.
What a grown-up thing to say.
Yeah,
No.
when you have to travel to work, it's just a nuisance.
Look, I nearly got hit by a
it.
car twice on my way home because it was snowy, and I was still fine with it. I love snow.
You were like, Merry Christmas. Well, we'll crack on because it's December the 10th. So we're so nearly at Christmas. But we'll go to 2000 and it's WWF Armageddon.
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 That's a great word to say in Scottish.
Is that up there? Murder Burger?
Murder
What was the
Burger.
other? Bramble?
Brambo. I don't know. It's a new thing I've done, Jen, is make the Scottish accent go global.
Yes.
You've made it Google.
Because Drew McIntyre, I portrayed him at Survivor Series 2018, and it went down a treat.
Yeah. Ross was his inner monologue in his head whenever he was in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I've not watched that.
Joe, get off me! Well, impact
my
through and
favourite
through.
My favourite one was, I pay the council tax round here. This is my ring.
Oh, Drew, bless him. I bet he would. He's such a nice man.
He's a nice man.
He is a lovely man. But we'll go on this Armageddon. So this was most notably the one with the 6-man Hell in a Cell match, which would see Kurt Angle, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Undertaker, Rikishi, and The Rock. After all the shenanigans. That's basically just a kind of who's who of the Attitude Era.
Yeah,
Yes.
not
Isn't
much
it?
happened though.
And when Undertaker comes out, he comes out obviously to Limp Bizkit. The really badly cut down. I didn't realise how
Yeah.
badly cut down it was. Because it goes like, now I know you'll be loving, and then just goes into the chorus. And it's like, what? But when he comes out, JR says, this man certainly doesn't have a Limp Bizkit. And then there's just silence.
Oh, no.
It's great.
Oh, bless.
What do you think he's referencing there, Jen?
His digestive and his cup of tea.
I think he means his Willie.
Same. I reckon JR's been looking at Undertaker's.
This
What is it?
Limp Bizkit is to do with like soggy biscuit, is it?
Yes,
not?
it is, yeah, which involves penises.
Oh, soggy biscuit.
Yeah, that's where the name comes from, yeah.
Don't say you're ruining Christmas. Stop.
It's a fantastic Christmas tradition, is it not?
not in my
Game of
house.
soggy biscuit with the family. Watch you with a vicar at Dibley and have a game of soggy biscuit.
Oh, I need an adult. I need an adult.
But what's the implication here? Is it that Undertaker is always rock hard when he's on his way to the ring?
Oh my goodness.
Does he like duct tape it down? What does he do? He doesn't have his bike with him.
Can we not? Can we just congratulate Kurt Angle for winning?
Yeah, he did well.
Yeah.
Didn't he? He did well to
Yeah.
escape with his championship.
And then you have
Yeah.
Austin turning Triple H into cheese using the cell as a cheese grater. That was horrible. Like, and then he just hands him off to Taker, and Taker takes him round the side of the ring, and obviously Triple H, being the consummate professional he is, sees the steps and goes like, okay. So they go charging toward the steps, jumps up on the second step, and then just launches his own face at the crossbeam of the cage, and then just plants and drops.
And then when they got backstage, he willingly lost. He did the job in a game of soggy biscuit.
Oh, wow.
Ross.
Free one.
No.
Just to munch down on.
Yeah, just him versus Undertaker in a game of soggy
my
biscuit.
goodness.
Triple H.
Nice.
Right. Can I just say that did not happen? Like,
And we forgot to mention, of course, Rikishi getting thrown.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I was listening to an older Pritchard podcast recently about Rikishi. Apparently, when he went off the cell, he said to Undertaker, "Tell my kids I love them," because like when they rehearsed it, the truck didn't have sides, so it's got these big metal sides, and if he fell wrong, he'd get caught on them and die.
yeah.
So apparently, he said like, "Tell my kids I love them." But then when he landed, because it's all
When
just
he was on the
sawdust,
top of the ring, do you see it? Like,
you know,
can you see
it's
him
because
like
it's a
mouth
really
it?
wide shot, but apparently
I
he'd
can't
said
think.
it to him. And then apparently when he fell into the back of the truck, it's like given him permanent damage in his spine to today. Like he's got like really bad back because of it. Because he just
Really?
lands on the
I was
sawdust.
going to say, no wonder.
Yeah.
Like,
Highly
I'm like,
surprisingly.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I so surprised? That's very dangerous.
Yes.
Definitely do not try that at home if you have access to any of those.
Yeah, if you've got access to a 25-foot cage, an open back truck full of sawdust.
Oh,
And a
don't.
man who pretends to be dead,
Yes.
don't have him throw you off his cell.
You need a man to pretend to be Vince to come down and rip the door off first. There's also a horrible bit where they're on the outside brawling because Vince comes down to, I think he's like trying to stop Austin winning or something, but he comes down and rips the door off to put a stop to everything, and then they all obviously spill out. But because it's Armageddon, the old set had like all the crushed cars, like it was the end of days. And Austin throws Triple H onto the hood of one of the cars, and then he goes after him with this oil drum, and like just misses. Like Triple H just gets out of the way, but the noise it makes,
Oh, I was
man,
gonna
it's
say,
like
like,
if that had caught him, he would have just been mush, just absolute mush.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Not good. Will we see what else happened in this
Yes.
pay-per-view? Let's, because there was like all the titles.
There's only
pretty
one
much.
match on this that matters really. The main event doesn't matter anything.
what matters to
Val
you then?
Venus versus China. Everybody's two favourites.
Yes, let's. No, there was actually loads. This actually was like a good like pay-per-view for matches in terms of what was going on, because there's loads of like championship defenses. So Ivory for the women's championship against Trish and Molly Holly. Chris Benoit and Billy Gunn for the Intercontinental. The tag teams was Edge and Christian against the Dudley Boys and Right to Censor, and Road Dogg and Key Quick, and then
Getting rowdy.
Yeah, they get rowdy. God, you jumped there, Jesus.
I was not expecting you to do that.
She didn't even say the DOWG and K Quick either.
I know. Why would I?
Because it's their song.
But
Get rowdy. They were crap, weren't they? Awful.
oh bless, and also the European Championship, which was William Regal defeated Hardcore Holly. So there was loads going on.
Yep.
Armageddon.
Staying with the 10th of December, we'll go to 2007. And we're going to Raw, and this was the 15th anniversary special of Raw. Which is lovely. We all love a special Raw, throwback Raw.
Do we?
We do, because it's nice to see
I love
some
retro
people.
Raw.
Well,
Retro
yeah,
Raw's
Retro.
Retro.
And Jake the Snake pissed in the ring.
Yeah.
And on Dean Ambrose.
I just like seeing the blue ring back with the ropes, and yeah, big fan of that. Sergeant Slaughter comes out and does like 2 seconds worth of crap. He was well before my time anyway, but I still feel all nostalgic.
He's a damn Jezebel, that Sergeant Slaughter. Turning his back on America like you did.
No, but he comes back.
I won't
He comes
forget.
back.
I know.
I won't forget.
He didn't want to, though.
He did, though,
General
didn't he?
Adnan, he
did.
turned
He
him.
was doing his job.
God.
Bless him. Bless his wee heart. But no, who would come back for the special cameos from Big Dick Johnson and the Bastion Booger?
That was I've noted those down first because they're the important ones.
Yeah,
I
the
mean, Big Dick
important
Johnson
ones.
is by far
Totally.
the
But more
most
importantly,
important.
Trish, Leah, and Eric Bischoff and Stone Cold Steve Austin were all there, which is nice.
Who's
It
that
is
last one?
nice.
What did he ever do for the business? Loser.
Loser. Can't say that. But yeah, so what did happen in this? This would be the 15-man battle royal.
I'll tell you what, before you go there, Jen.
Oh.
The most shocking one for me,
Okay.
in 2007, Steve Corino having a WWE match.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's
There's a
dark
shocking
match.
one for me, yeah.
Dark match.
Do you think
Yes.
it was just was this before Hart Dynasty, or was this around the
Yeah,
time?
2007. They were like 2009, 10,
Do you reckon
weren't
so?
they?
This was just D.H. Smith getting his big tryout match in front of a crowd, maybe?
Probs.
So they put him with a safe pair of hands.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Steve Corino, though.
Yeah.
I didn't realise he was involved back then. I know he's a performance
No.
center trainer now, but
No, I wouldn't have said. to be
Stevie
honest.
C.
on the MIC, Woody Bitty Bat's Eye. Rock to the base, 1, 2, drop, drop.
Oh dear. I'm like that. I've not had enough caffeine for you two today. But yeah, we'll go to the battle royal because we all love a battle royal, don't we?
Yes.
Yes,
Me, of course
especially
we
one of
do.
these crap ones.
Well, I like seeing old faces.
So do I. I get such a huge pop from seeing stuff. And like, let's go through who was in it. So like, you had Ted DiBiase who would win against Al Snow, Bart Gunn,
Bart Gunn.
Bob Backlund, Doink, Flash Funk, Gangrel, Gilberg,
IRS.
Jim Knight.
You're right, Jen.
I'm laughing because I'm like, some of
Pete
these
Gas.
names, man.
Pete Gas came back in 2007. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
Christ.
either. Repo Man, Scotty Too Hottie,
Big Sarge.
Sergeant Slaughter, Skinner,
Skinner?
Steve Blackman, and the Kitten.
Skinner.
You got to say it like Howard Finkel. The Goon! One of my favourite things of Finkel, that.
But yeah, so that was exciting. Well done, Ted DiBiase, for fighting off all that.
Tell you what was more exciting, Jen.
What?
Hornswoggle versus the Great Khali, which ended in a no contest. Ha! Ha! He's so small and he's so tall. Ha!
My eye is drawn immediately to what I'm hoping wasn't the main event.
What?
Mr. Kennedy versus Marty Jannetty.
I'm not sure if it was, to be honest.
Because was this when Marty Jannetty, was this just a surprise thing, or was this when he had his comeback little bit?
His comeback was 05, wasn't it, when Angle and Michaels were feuding?
Yeah,
So
because
this must have just been a wee retro, like a wee
he was
15-year.
yeah, he was like blagging. I remember at one point that he was asked to come back like full time, and loads of people are being like,
I know you weren't.
"There's a reason that being the Jannetty is a thing."
So, don't that view.
Jen, should a man of Marty Jannetty's vintage sleep with a woman who he might believe is his daughter?
No. No.
Oh, I can't believe that was even a thing.
I just need to remind everybody that it was.
The fact it was on Facebook as well. The fact he put it on Facebook. Should I sleep with this girl? She might be my daughter.
But don't. I just bless Marty. Like, just things didn't work out for him at all.
I'd say he gets a rough deal in
He does.
wrestling. Because imagine
Given,
being
like-
called the Jannetty in a team of Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
And Jannetty was good, he just had Nick.
And also he was one half of
charisma.
the most...
He might have had.
No, don't.
He was one half of one of the most, like, shocking heel turns in history. Like,
Yeah.
When
and
he dived through that window to escape.
Exactly. And, like, like he's still a part of that, but nobody ever really gives him the credit for the Rockers or anything. I think it's just, like, everybody
It's a
sees
shame.
Michaels.
It is a total shame because he does just get such a bad rap, and like that is the whole thing. Like, you're the Jannetty of the group, and
Well, it's the type of thing that, like, I wonder if Brian Pillman was still with us, like, would people look at Brian Pillman in a similar way, or would he have broken off and had,
What do you think?
like, an equal sort of... Nobody's going to be equal to Steve Austin, obviously, but, like, would Brian Pillman have a higher billing than, like, a Jannetty? Because he was
I don't
obviously
think
doing
he's
a lot
got
of
that anyway,
really
does
good
he?
things. No, I don't think he's, like, fondly
He's threatening to
remembered.
get his willy out in the middle of a ring.
He did. He really did. And he should have done. It would have been funny.
What?
But...
No.
Like, I wonder if, like, Pillman would still be coming back and doing WWE shows and, like,
It's
doing all that stuff.
interesting, but we will never sadly know.
No, yeah.
Sadly no. Moving on to December the 11th, and we'll go to 2014, and this is NXT TakeOver Our Evolution, which is exciting because
Yes, not Revolution.
Such a clever name.
Our Evolution.
Evolution.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
from Manchester, our kid, our evolution.
Yeah.
That's like what it was. No, was that not the point of it?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Triple H is a famous Mancunian, isn't he?
It's just like that was the point, surely. But this was super exciting because it was the debut of Kevin Owens.
Against Juice Robinson, CJ Parker. Juice Robinson. Juice. He's the boy. He's the best.
I hated his gimmick though. And
Oh, it was crap in it.
I hate it because he was like Greenpeace, yeah,
He was a
fight the
surfer
power.
dude,
But it was
wasn't
And
like-
his NXT
so-
entrance had like 1 million lights on. Turn the lights off. You arsehole. Made no sense to this.
He's a key example of somebody that's flourished outside
he,
of the WWE
he
system,
uses
though.
plastic straws, definitely.
Yeah.
No, I loved his like look, but I just thought, see, making him like a total hippie, it was so
He's like a
bad.
proper heartthrob now, apparently, in Japan.
Is he?
Yeah, like...
All the
Has he still
gaijins
got
on
the
that.
dreads?
Yes, I think he's still got dreads, but he's got like he's all about like Care Bears, and he wears like a denim white jacket with Care Bears on it, and comes out with like funky glasses and a baker's hat and stuff. And it's like,
Jen wants a slice of that drink of water.
Like, he's like
and
so
honestly, like giving
lovely.
him when they did have the United States IWGP belt on him, it was amazing because it was just like yeah. But then they gave it to Cody, and I was like, oh.
Aw.
But
He's good at talking, isn't he?
it really
He
good.
was, yeah, he was good talking. When did he 2015 he left?
I think so.
And he requested his release, didn't he?
I think it was another one where it was like, they're not doing anything for me, I'm going to go.
And I'm just gonna
And
go
Bull
on.
Dempsey did the same and is obviously now very famous as Kenny Omega. That's who Bull Dempsey is.
What's just happened?
So nothing. He's slagging. He's slagging. Bill's a very good friend of mine.
Hey, he's a friend of mine as well.
Exactly.
I really
DM'd
like-
us in the past.
I really like the
Hey,
bullfit
he's like
stuff.
one of like my actual like good pals. I
Like
speak to him
when-
a lot.
when
On a
we saw
scale of
NXT.
like Rhino.
Oh,
Like,
he's above Ryan, like an actual pal.
What? So has he got 2 boats that you've been invited on?
no.
what's it called? Daddy's carpet or something?
It's not-
Daddy's Daddy's carpet.
Rhino's boat name,
You
isn't
said
it?
it's called Daddy's, and then like we all just assumed that it'll have nice carpets. That's it. I don't know. I've not spoken to Terry in a long time.
You get to call him Terry? Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
That's breaking the barrier, that is.
I know. I'm like,
But I'm genuinely amazed that Bull hasn't been given like another run at NXT, like another chance, because I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just they weren't working well together. Maybe it was like age, like being a bit younger, or I don't know.
I thought the bullfit thing had legs, me.
yeah.
I thought
To
it
be
was
fair,
really
his
cool.
writing did get really bad towards the end, and they just
Yeah, like
weren't
it's sort of like
doing
they
anything with
sort
him.
of forced him
He's
out.
been
Maybe
doing stuff with Tommy Dreamer and like
Is he like
House of Hardcore and
Hardcore?
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's doing loads of stuff with them. So yeah, and hopefully he'll be back over in the UK soon because it'd be nice to see him.
yeah.
Anyway, that was just one match. Like, let's move on. So, what else happened? Oh, this was the title versus career match between Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville for the championship. This was exciting.
Sammy finally did it, didn't
I
he?
know.
Yes. And then there was a weird bit at the end where it looked like Neville was going to be all like, ooh, and then they shook hands and embraced.
Yeah, which was nice.
And
but
then-
heel Neville's the best.
And then, doesn't it all get ruined? Doesn't it all get ruined
Why?
by our boy Kevin?
Oh, yeah, he
Oh,
comes down
yeah,
and
yeah,
power
yeah.
bombs.
Yeah. Is it
Cheeky.
Kevin Owens' first match against Juice Robinson where Juice Robinson or CJ Parker accidentally breaks
Gave
his
him a-
nose?
gave him a
And
palm.
it's just like, yeah.
Bless. But so that happened. Also, Charlotte and Sasha Banks for the NXT Women's Championship. And oh my goodness, how did I forget this? The tag match between the Ascension and Phil Balor. I said
Phil Barnes. Phil Barnes.
Phil Balor. Finn Balor.
This was a team put together just for Sam Driver and people of Sam Driver's ilk.
No,
What?
but this was
Japan! Oh!
At the time, man, yeah,
But it was
you got
exciting.
Kenta and Prince Devitt, like,
But
and they
it
just
was-
come in. Yeah, amazing.
But it was the first demon entrance
Was it?
we saw in WWE.
Was it?
Yes,
Lovely.
so that was
Lovely.
exciting.
And we've also got the Lucha Dragons before they were cool with the Lucha House Party and have
Yeah.
Penelope and stuff. Penelope's the best. Everybody should want a Penelope. It's like this pinata that comes to the ring with them, and they're all like, keep talking about Penelope. Everybody needs one. Gonna get you a Penelope for Christmas, Ross. Do
Aww.
you want a Penelope?
No.
Get it
Go
for-
on.
No.
TJP went to get Penelope the other day, and he used it as a weapon, and it cost him the match.
Oh, great.
Penelope
Fantastic.
has powers.
I hate the luchas.
You
Not
shouldn't.
all the just the three. No. Kalisto. Don't like him.
Why do you hate Kalisto?
Because he's
so
got no
much?
crack, has he? And he blocked Kenny on Twitter, didn't he? Because he's got no crack.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like, how can you be a baby
I remember
face
how
as boring
annoyed
as
Kenny
Kalisto?
was about it.
Imagine being as boring and crackless as Kalisto as he is on WWE TV, and someone
He's
saying,
not, like-
"You're boring and
You
crackless," you and not go, "Oh, blocked."
You should
How
really,
pathetic is
you
that?
should watch him on 205 Live now. He's not.
No, I'm not
crackless
interested
anymore.
at all.
It's amazing, man.
I love though that you're just so like, nah, you mess with Kenny. I'm not talking.
He did
Oh.
Kenny wrong.
Oh dear. So December the 12th, we'll go to 1999, and it's another Armageddon. Who wrote these notes?
Me?
Yeah, of course. It was.
Armageddon.
Ross has kindly put as the headline for this: Lady Balls turns heel and aligns with Triple H.
I can't believe you'd say something so harsh about Stephanie McMahon.
I would never. That's
Well,
why
that's
I
it.
was-
She gave herself that nickname.
God.
She trademarked it for a book, which she never released.
But oh gosh.
Lady Balls.
But this was like, super exciting. This was super exciting. I remember being like, what? Like, because this was when she turns on her dad, and it turns out the whole marriage is actually like real, and it wasn't just a drunk like.
Oh God, yeah, the horrible, the
sledgehammer.
drugged wedding.
It was drunk, not drugged.
It was all the above. She
was-
was laid like this. in the
Yeah,
back of
she was completely out of it, so she must have had a lot to drink.
We've all been there. We've all been there. But
I can't say I have been in Las Vegas, knocked out, being married to a
Manning
mannequin.
My
if you will.
favorite, I think we've already discussed this on a prior episode, but one of my favorite bits of that entire promo is that Triple H is like in the car with the camera, and the wedding chapel is opposite a porno store that has strippers in it and stuff, and basically. He spends like a great deal of the start of that promo going like, just what everybody wants, and like zooming it in on like this shop.
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
like, yeah, real classy. I'm such a classy man. And then like goes for the $40 wedding option and everything. It's great.
I love that.
Proper
Like,
90s.
it was so good. Like, but this was like, it was huge. So it was like Triple H and Vince in a street fight, and then it was like it was a sledgehammer, wasn't it? that like knocked her out, and then Stephanie would take it and be like, "Oh my gosh," and then turn and kiss Triple H, and that was it. And it was like
the darkest moment in wrestling history.
That was
Sealed the
it.
fate of that company forever.
We still haven't
was.
recovered.
I'm delighted.
Nearly 20 years later, and we still haven't recovered.
I know, I'm still not over it. It
20
still
years.
excites
That's
me.
mental.
It's not been 20 years.
I said nearly 20
Yeah,
years.
next year
Okay.
it will.
Oh my goodness,
20
how old are
years.
you?
Oh my god.
I remember watching that as well. Ooh.
One thing that I do see on this is the Acolytes, and I loved the Acolytes as a kid.
Did you?
And all
Wasn't
I
it fun?
really want WWE to do in their old T-shirt section, the vintage ones,
Always
listen to me.
pounding ass.
Not that one. It's the symbols that were across the chest. It's the easiest T-shirt to do. There's
yeah.
3 symbols they had. Make it and I will buy it now.
Why don't you make it?
Because I couldn't do that because it'd be
yeah,
against
'cause
the
I
law.
was going to say. You can make your own one.
Jen,
don't
just,
you-
I'm not breaking copyright laws. This is
Cease and
ridiculous.
desist.
Send everything Jen's way.
No, don't. What else happened in this? So the championship was on the line. That was big. The Big Show against the Big Boss Man.
Woof.
Was this the back end of the steel in the dad's body? And
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
This was the best time in wrestling. I'm sorry. The Rock and Sock Connection defeated the New Age Outlaws for the tag team champs.
I love this
Amazing.
here. The Rock and Sock Connection, brackets, The Rock and Mankind.
I know, it's if you don't know. Bless you though. What else? Chris Jericho in China. I loved all that intercontinental stuff between the two of them.
Yes.
That was amazing. This was just the best time.
Rikishi and Viscera teamed.
Oh my goodness,
Remember
this was when the cat or Miss Kitty got her boobs out as well. And it was like the first time.
Ross just going,
Well, it was a dark time for me because it was one of those times where I'm just watching it, having me tea after school and whatnot, and your mum walks in and sees the cat go, woof, woom. And of course we're 99, I'm 8 years old.
Yeah.
7 years old. 7 years old.
you had an awakening.
Yeah. And the next time she walked in, it was Mae Young doing it. The Royal Rumble. Like a month later.
Just a wee
shielded
censored
your
bar.
eyes.
But no, you had a wee censored bar for that
But
one.
still, she walked in while I'm watching a 80-year-old woman get a...
And obviously being sat there the entire show going, go on, do it, do it.
7-year-old me loves a 80-year-old breast. Great.
Oh, don't. They weren't our real ones.
Whose?
They were prosthetic.
Mae Young's? Interesting. I never knew that. How do you know that?
I read it somewhere, I'm sure.
They were definitely the cat's real ones.
Yes, they were definitely
Because
hers.
you saw everything.
You saw everything, and yeah, it was the first time there was like proper full frontal nudity. Sable had done like the hands, like the handprints a year
Yes.
before, I think.
There were other segments involving like
Yeah, there's-
wrestlers getting pants, but they
yeah,
wear
like
skin-coloured
Jacqueline had her
thongs
like
and-
top
yeah.
taken off and
She
stuff.
did that for real.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did that for
Yeah.
real.
But yeah, so there was loads. This was just prime wrestling time.
Prime wrestling.
Prime
Prime
weekly
wrestling
show.
time.
This was my favourite. That's what I mean. Good. That was a good pay-per-view. Okay, December the 13th. We'll go to 1993.
It's a double bloody whammy, this one,
It
Jen.
is a double whammy. Yeah, for the same person, but 2 years apart.
To the day. Isn't it weird how
That
the
is
world
weird.
works out sometimes?
I know.
Well, that'll look weird.
Yes, it will.
You just going under the
No,
table.
it definitely.
It definitely does.
Like Mr. Chips.
I did. Oh my goodness. Anyway, back to 1993, shall we? Alundra BLAYZE would defeat Heidi Lee Morgan in the finals of a tournament to win the vacated WWF Women's Championship. The championship had been laying dormant since February 1990. And then we go on to be held by Alundra BLAYZE for 539 of the next 730 days. Before, dun dun dun, the moment we all know Alundra
The
BLAYZE
moment
for
that you
mostly.
took inspiration from on ICW recently, I believe.
I didn't take inspiration. I didn't put anything in it. Like,
You
just,
tipped it over, though, with some brute force.
you better believe I did. So-
I should hide it in the bin. That's what we're hitting at here.
that
One
was
of my
it. So
favourite ever wooden promos of all time. This is the WWF Women's Championship.
But-
Walks off stage, picks up bin. This is what I think of the WWF Women's Championship.
But you can tell that she was like did
not
not
wanna
want
do
to do it.
She
But
said-
we go into that more.
She said famously, real quick, like, if she was a man and she did that, she
Yeah.
would have been heralded as like a game changer in
Yeah,
the business.
totally.
Because she was a woman, she was viewed
Which
as a
is,
disgrace, and like people should be ashamed of her.
Do you know what? I think that's interesting because I think it's very true. Very, very true. I think if it was a guy doing it, it would be. I mean, because like, look at the whole. Like when Punk was threatening to like Medusa the belt and all that, and then everybody was like, "Oh, this is it was exciting," and people were like behind it, and because she did it, everybody it was an outrage.
Well,
The
that's the
only
thing as
person
well
who-
is, and like she had to do it, and like a lot of people will go, she didn't have to do it. So well, she'd just been released from the
Ah.
company,
Well, this yeah.
and then like she can't go back there and work, so she's only got one boss, and if that boss says you have to do this, then you got to do it.
Exactly. Which is interesting because that is what happened in 1995. She got released. Some say it was a cost-cutting measure.
To the day.
Some people, yeah.
This is it. How weird the world is.
I know. It's exciting.
Doing it
It's
again.
quite fun.
He's touching
But
himself.
like some say it was a cost-cutting measure, but I've heard as well that our contract just expired.
This was a
So-
time when they didn't really have a focus on women's wrestling.
Well, they had two feuds for her. It was like Bertha Faye
Uh-huh.
and then that Far Eastern lady that I forget the name of.
Leilani Kai or
No.
what do you call her? Oh, bloody hell!
It's not her, not Bull Nakano either.
Oh,
even
not
though
Bull
it's her-
Nakano.
Yeah, there was a third one. I can't remember what her name was.
not
It's Survivor Series. She had a good outing. I forget her name anyway. But yeah, there was no division, no focus on women's wrestling.
Which
So
is
I
a
think
shame.
it was a cost-cutting measure, personally.
think?
Yeah, they
I
didn't
think
try and
maybe-
keep it, did they?
I think maybe our contract did expire, but they just maybe didn't renew it because of cost issues
Yeah.
or whatever. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that was interesting that December 13th in the Alundra BLAYZE household must be an interesting day. Memories.
Hello, husband. Do you remember back in the day when these two things happened?
on this one day.
But they're big. Anyway, moving on. So December the 15th, we'll go to 1997. And this was, we're going to Raw. And this was the promo, which is kind of like, the only way I kind of remember it was being like a kind of public service announcement.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's exactly
Like,
what it was, and it was
like-
the best thing ever.
Yes, it was the best thing ever.
I can't stop doing a Vince McMahon.
You're gonna read it out in his voice for us?
No,
Oh my
I can't
goodness,
do
do
it.
it.
I can't do it.
I can't do it either.
I can't do it.
Strains me chords too much.
But anyway, this would be the promo or the public service announcement where Vince McMahon would announce the start of the Attitude Era.
Yes.
The best time in wrestling!
They'd also debut the scratch logo,
Oh, yeah.
and a certain belt will get thrown in a
Thrown
certain
in.
river.
Exactly. It's a super exciting day in wrestling.
It'll never get
Yes.
retrieved. That belt still down there.
Is it actually? I thought it did get retrieved.
Didn't they have a diver on a standby or something
Uh-huh.
to get it, and it didn't? They couldn't find it. I think.
No, I thought they did get it.
I'm going off this off the top of my head. It's either that belt or the one that Rock threw in that didn't get retrieved.
Isn't that why they brought in the new
So
design of the
put
IC
in,
belt?
Put in the air.
Oh, I don't know.
This
That-
is
is that you?
This is why they brought in the new one.
Your
that they
rumor
threw in.
killer.
Oh yeah,
Could be a rumor killer. If it is, then
on a future episode.
Yeah.
Because we'd have to have the killed first. I can't just throw her on the gun willy-nilly. Jesus Christ.
That's very responsible gun
I know,
ownership
very,
from
I know.
you.
should we read out what Vince said then?
Yeah, I couldn't read that. I don't feel as
So-
if I'll do it justice, being my Lord and Savior. My Lord and Savior.
We also think that you're tired of the same old simplistic theory of good guys versus bad guys. Surely the era, surely the era of the superhero urge you to say your prayers and take your vitamins is definitely passé. Therefore, we've embarked on a far more innovative and contemporary creative campaign that is far more invigorating and extemporaneous than ever before. What?
Extemporaneous!
However, due to the live nature of Raw and the War Zone, we encourage some degree of parental discretion as relates to the younger audience allowed to stay up late.
But he did kindly go on to mention that Livewire and Superstars will still be PG and the younger audience could just watch them on a Saturday and Sunday morning.
Nobody cares about kids. Wrestling's about 25-year-old men, isn't it, Ross?
Yeah, here's these
Yeah.
tits, kids. Now go and buy your little Stone Cold Steve Austin Collector's Cup. Wrestling was so immoral back then, wasn't it?
Oh, don't. Well,
Here's Sable. But also go and buy the toys, kids.
interestingly enough, though, in that promo, like he'd said, like towards the end of it, he prided himself, or like the WWF, for changing with the times, and so
Yes.
had they. And he's citing things like Jerry Springer and like what else was there? It was like Days of Our Lives, Jerry Springer, other
Was Days of Our Lives a real
King
thing?
of the Hill.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a thing of Friends.
No, it's real.
Dr. Drake Memorial.
He's fake, but like Days of Our Lives is real. And
You
like
live and
King of
learn.
the Hill and stuff. Like all
of the
these
Hill's
like
great.
pop culture references, and I was like,
I was really
love
hoping he was going to go, in 1969 we went to the moon, and in the early 90s, late 80s, I debuted Max Moon, and then just going about how WWF had always been on top of things, but he didn't.
that. He didn't. You never know. There's still time for that, bro.
What a...
I want Max Moon to come back. It'd be amazing.
Is it Beyond the Mat where they have like the thing, like the market, and people go, "Oh, it's us versus South Park at the top of the table"? Is it Beyond the Mat?
I think it is.
I like that, me. Just knowing that wrestling was once.
Was like right up there.
Yeah.
So exciting. But great day, December 15th. I'm gonna celebrate.
How?
I don't know.
Well, you can't say you're going to celebrate.
I'll just have a drink and like, I'll have to.
We'll just have a glass of sherry. Here's to you, Vince.
Beer. I'll have a wee beer, and then maybe a wee coconut milk and tribute of Krangle.
Where's the coconut milk and angle linked?
Because I'm vegan, so I can't have real milk.
Oh, fair enough.
December the 16th, 2012. It's TLC, and this is huge because it's the debut match of The Shield. Which is
So they debuted at
Ouch.
Survivor Series by putting
Right.
Ryback through a table.
yeah, because they were doing this whole like looking out for CM Punk thing, but not
not
actually
really,
being
yeah.
aligned with him.
Back before they had all the vests and they just wore those little black jumpers.
I was watching
But-
today, is where I sat here now. It was, what date is it today?
Today's the 26th.
The 26th of November.
No, it's
On
the 10th
this,
of December.
on this
No,
day,
it's- Oh yeah.
I know, well, they know.
Hey, babe, you know I just bring different jumpers in.
On this day in 2012, The Shield did their first interview, and Seth Rollins is wearing like a 2006 lady's hat. It's amazing. Like
No.
a peaky cap thing that you would see in 2006 on a lady.
What?
You have to see it. I can't describe it because I'm not very...
I
Are
really
you
wish
thinking
I'd
of like a
have paid.
trucker cap?
I'm not up with me fashion.
Are
Not
you
a trucker
thinking
cap.
about like a flat cap?
I can imagine
Like a
J-Lo
Peaky-
wearing one
like
in
a Peaky
2006.
Blinders?
No. Like a little hat with a cap with a peak.
Or like a military cap?
Sort of military,
Like
yeah.
the really short caps?
Yeah, like a
with the
little thing
brim?
there. And like
Like,
like
imagine,
the ones that was
Castro.
her-
Like Fidel Castro.
No, I'm thinking about what's her chops and Lacey. What's her chops? She wears a wee hat. Like
Lacey
that.
Chabert,
We'll do
original
to end
voice
this-
of Meg.
We'll end this torture now by saying, Richard, there it is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Where is it? Can I point? I'm gonna say it's there. Anyway, nice hat, Seth.
J-Lo would have worn one in 2006.
Oh well, there you
I
go.
would love it if it's just a normal, like, new
See if it's
era
just like a
cap.
cap or something.
I'm going to try and find it quickly.
Try and find it. But yeah, so the Shield, like that was huge because obviously that was like one of the most exciting things to be happening in that time.
Yes.
Was them debuting, like coming through. I remember seeing them come through the crowd the first time, and
This is the very back end of my drop-off, so unfortunately I never got to experience this
oh really?
firsthand. So it
Aw.
was always a bit like...
Were you
watching it
about
back.
to get back into it at this point?
Yeah, so I get back into it around like early 2013, like mid 2013.
This was probably when I picked it back up,
Yeah.
roughly, because I remember this.
Because I
was
dropped
like,
off for a year
"What?"
in about 2010, and then I came back, but I was still keeping tabs, and then I went completely dark in like 2012, but then came back to it. But yeah, I wish I could have seen this like firsthand.
Yeah, no, because definitely this was about the time because Team Hell No were like my absolute favourite.
Yeah.
And I was a Ryback fan too.
Yeah, it's just
Let
a
me
little
see
military
him.
cap. It's like a SWAT cap.
Like J-Lo would wear in
It
2006.
fits the gimmick of the Shield.
All right.
That's just a military cap.
I was expecting some like big hat.
Big flowery hat.
Like a day at the races
Race
with
day,
Seth
yeah.
Rollins. Like, no, I'd like that though. I'd like to go
Imagine
to
if he wore a little top hat, like one of the tiny ones at an angle.
like a wee
How
Seth
different would
Rollins.
the Shield be if they were all toffs?
How different would it be if they had those
They
pissing
weren't-
shields?
They weren't a SWAT team. They were just,
Do you know about the shields?
the Shields.
The Shield was supposed to debut with actual shields with the Shield written on it.
like
Oh,
shield.
amazing.
So Vince McMahon could get across that the Shield were a shield.
Wow.
I can't.
I can't. I
Yeah,
can't.
he was
God.
gonna make them walk down to the crowd with these massive like riot shield things, and Dean Ambrose was like,
He should have added lyrics to the theme as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
So it should have been like, shield, 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 they're a shield, like that over and over again.
Okay.
With those, you definitely get across the fact that they're a shield.
I kind of picked it up, guys, like just
Did
from
you?
the name.
You didn't know because you're a wrestling fan and you are
No.
stupid.
Oh.
That's what we've got to learn. That's what they tell us every
well.
week.
But yeah, so moving on from the Shield, that was exciting. And they would go against Team Hell, No, and Ryback in a TLC match. Very, very exciting. What else happened?
What?
Oh,
What?
what?
Alberto Del Rio, the Brooklyn Brawler, and The Miz were a team.
Yep.
What?
Against the three-man band.
But they
What a fun
they
match.
defeated.
Yeah, what a super fun match.
Is that like the only win technically in Brooklyn Brawler's career?
He nearly beat Shawn Michaels in 1995
Oh
for the
my
championship.
god, that is amazing. Oh,
Well, I'm glad that popped.
like I can't even imagine Del Rio just stood there. having
Like, how have I done this? How have I ended up here?
You're probably wondering how I got here.
So that match happened. Also, Dolph Ziggler and John Cena in the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank ladder match. Exciting match. There's loads. It was great. I enjoyed that TLC.
It was a hard week to do this, Jennifer, because
Why?
if people haven't cottoned on, we only picked the 10 best or most notable things from each week. And it seems that every single TLC pay-per-view in history took place this week in wrestling.
No way.
Yeah, so they had to pick that one because like the Shield's quite
It's
monumental,
probably the
aren't they?
biggest one, yeah.
Yeah,
It would have been as well because it's always like the kind of just 2 weeks before Christmas.
yeah.
Oh, I don't even think.
Which was the TLC where Cena did the old chair pull for the first time?
Well, from the stage.
Yeah, and it went. It
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you.
was good.
I'm
Good
normally
match.
enjoying Christmas when TLC's on. Before I worked in this content creating business we call
Wrestling.
yeah.
Oh dear. But a great TLC in 2012. Sticking with December 16th, it's 2013, and it's a sad day for TNA because AJ Styles would leave the company after 11 solid years.
11 years.
Final
of
nail in the
pure-
coffin.
That was
Pure
it.
loyalty.
Sad, because he was like, he's definitely one of the people that just completely synonymous with like
Yeah.
TNA.
He was the
thing.
reason my brother would watch TNA over WWE a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Him, Christopher Daniels.
Well, that was it.
Samoa
Like
Joe.
at this time, I was like quite into TNA, and like I would go to TNA house shows and stuff, but I wasn't
Yeah.
really watching WWE. And yeah, just.
But I mean, by 2013, I can't really remember much like of TNA from about 2011 onwards.
I don't
it's sort
really
of-
remember like like the only kind of storylines like I remember.
Because I think I
is-
completely checked out after the Hogan debacle.
Did
And then.
you? No, I think I got quite into it then, to be honest.
What's she called? Styles' mistress.
Oh, yes. Bloody hell. The
I forget her
I'm
name
pregnant
now.
with your baby.
Yeah.
Did the whole storyline.
Was it Jennifer? It wasn't Jennifer, was it?
Was it not Jen? Yeah, it might be.
I actually think it might be.
I can't remember what her name was. But yeah, she left, didn't she? Because she couldn't stand the
AJ
heat. So that's the only storyline I
Styles.
know. So I wasn't Impact at all.
Mistress.
Who was your
She's
best
not-
friend on the Impact roster when you used to go to the Impact house
Who needs
shows?
to go to house shows? Well, I remember who was dead cheeky to me. Kazarian and Daniels were dead cheeky to
The
me.
pair of scamps,
I
aren't
know, like, because
they? What they're like.
they were hilarious. I loved them. They were dead cheeky to me. Who else? Gail Kim waved at me once from the
Whoa!
bus. No, because I've ever told you this story that I managed to sneak backstage at a TNA show.
It doesn't shock me.
It was great. Managed to sneak backstage. That's how I met Kurt Angle for the first time. Because I was just standing when they were all getting on the buses with my pint. Like, because I'd managed to walk out the venue with a pint, sneak backstage, and nobody said a word. And I was just standing there, and I was like, "Hi lads, how you doing?" And then Nick Aldis, Magnus at the time, was really nasty to me.
What do you do?
What did I can't remember what I said to him. I mean, I was drunk, and I said something like,
Nick, you're a asshole.
I think I did. I was like that. I was like, I really love you, and I was like, but I hate you at the same time. And he was like that, and he said,
I can't find the name.
he
of the woman.
referenced to me that like I was ugly, basically, and I couldn't have
Who
him.
said this?
Magnus, and I was
Oh, wow.
heartbroken. And then Kurt Angle came out and was like, "Don't listen to him," and I was like, "Thank you, Mr. Angle." So yeah, it was great. But yeah, they were my TNA pals.
But TNA's loss would be New Japan Pro Wrestling's absolute
Absolute
gain.
This is true. Back to the
Oh.
story at hand. that was it. He would just go to Japan
And he'd just win the big belt on his first night. Oh,
He's amazing. He's the phenomenal one, you know.
oh, and such a good
Is
run
he?
as leader of the Bullet
Never heard
Club.
that before.
This was prime time. Oh, perfect.
Do you not mean prime time?
Prime time.
It
No, that was the
prime,
attitude.
prime wrestling time.
Anyway, that was a sad day for TNA. But good for AJ Styles.
But imagine being AJ Styles and carrying that company and then them going, we're going to slightly decrease your pay, Alan. Could you imagine?
Yeah, and they put him through a lot, and like he would still always go out there and do the best with whatever he was given.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like Fortune, stuff like that. But like, it's just.
Fortune 4! It's cool, that.
But
Even though there was like 6 of them by the end, wasn't there?
yes, 6 tune. He was so loyal, and
I
like
know.
he's such a standout. But you know, Impact's doing well now.
This
It's
is
all moved forward.
Okay, 2015. We're still on December 16th. And it's NXT TakeOver London, which was the first TakeOver.
You gotta hate love and pain. You gotta hate pain. I hated the theme song for this
Was
show.
that the
What's
theme?
that?
Was that the
Yeah.
theme? Oh, is it? Who is it
Who is
again?
it?
Is it
I don't-
Imagine
remember.
Dragons or
No,
Fun,
no.
or-
It's a British band. There's
They're
just
not British.
The chorus was really
Oh,
annoying.
was it not Towers of London?
Maybe. Sounds familiar.
No.
Was it not?
yeah,
I'm
no,
sure
it
it was
was-
Towers of London.
You gotta make
Did they not do
Hold on.
I'm sure it was Towers of London because it was that guy with the blondes.
Yeah. Like a mod.
Donny, what's
mod.
his...
Donny
Donny.
Buzzcocks.
Aha.
Him. Donny.
Donny, it's not
That's
Donny
Johnny-
Rotten.
Jo-
I know
Johnny
Johnny
Rotten.
Rotten.
I don't know.
Donny, you know who I'm talking about,
Yeah, I
though,
do.
don't
No,
you?
when the Buzzcocks.
And he
Could
got-
have me by the struts. Apparently,
Oh,
was
the
the
Struts. Oh, right, okay. No.
It could have been me. That's the final line
Oh,
of the chorus.
that's
I can't remember that at all.
Could have been me. It annoyed the piss out of me, but otherwise, apart from that, it was a very good show.
Yeah, very good.
Could you imagine though the revival? Everyone was chanting at them. Which one? Who? What were they chanting like? They didn't know who was who. Which one's
like
Dash?
that
Which
was
one's
just,
Dawson? Yeah. Imagine saying
no.
that.
That's the struts. Yeah, definitely. 100%.
To be fair, they did look kind of similar.
Well, it's funny to look back now,
Yeah.
like looking what they've done. And
I
Yeah,
know.
us ignorant Brits didn't know which one was which.
yeah.
But we do like a funny chant.
But
The
do like
crowd
a
were,
joke.
I
the crowd
like
were
that.
really into the show, though. It was
Yeah,
really good.
that was good. And it was a good pay-per-view. What else happened? Like, Oscar and Emma, Baron Corbin defeated Apollo Crews, Bailey against Nia Jax for the Women's Championship, Finn Balor, Samoa
Who
Joe.
committed a dirty deed in his entrance when he played Jack the Ripper.
Oh, yeah!
You seen the silhouette and there's a woman screaming? What did
Yeah.
he do?
What did Jack the Ripper get up to?
That's what I've
Finn Balor needed
Balor.
to get into the mood, so he went out before the match and killed somebody.
But they did the whole takeover, VT beforehand really just play
Yeah.
on the whole Jack the Ripper thing? Was
Yeah,
it to do with,
it was-
was it an anniversary or something?
No, it was just because in London, like when they were in
Vince
Dallas.
McMahon Googles.
When,
What happened
when
in
we were in
England?
Dallas, though, I remember everybody sitting around going like, "He's got a chainsaw," and I'm like editing. It's like, why has he got a chainsaw? And I just turned, I was like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and everybody went, "Oh!"
People are funny. But yeah, no. Yeah. But that was a good pay-per-view. I liked it. We've got birthdays! Loads
No
of
deaths.
birthdays.
No deaths.
No death.
No,
Yeah,
no deaths.
it's a great week. All the TLCs
Merry
and nobody
Christmas.
died. I
No
know.
one died.
No one died. But we'll do birthdays and we'll fire in because there's actually a million.
Oh.
So on
Oh.
the 10th, we've got... First up, we've got a happy 43rd birthday to Tomohiro
Tomohiro Ishii. Yes. Oh, Stone
Why are you
Pitbull.
so excited?
He's the best
He's in New
wrestler
Ja-
in the world.
He's in New
He's got
Japan.
no neck. You could literally like drop him on his head from a
All
building
I know
and he'd
is
be
that
fine.
all I know about God, I'm so ignorant. I'm sorry, I just don't know anything about Japanese wrestling. But like Meltzer said, that he's one of the most underrated. guys in the
100%. He's
profession.
he's short, he's stout. He's like a barrel basically. He's got no
And I
neck.
saw a picture of him
He's
and I was
an
like, ooh.
absolute brawler.
he's just a pure
like he's just
wall.
great. He's
Watched
just
him and
oh.
Rampage. The only time I've seen him live.
Yes.
And it made me
But
giddy.
Ishii's like completely heavily underrated. I want him to have one big run with the belt if possible.
Okay.
But he's going to be able to wrestle for a very long time, I think, because
Yeah,
he's just a power
he's
guy.
43
Yeah.
on this day.
10s aren't still
Happy
wrestlers, so we'll be
birthday,
fine.
Also on the 10th, happy 40th to Essa Rios.
What's his favourite?
20 years ago, that man was in WWE.
Was it?
Actually,
Yeah.
Was it via
That's
Essa Rios that
wild.
Lita debuted?
Yes.
Yes, thought it was.
And he was also, what was his name under a mask? I forget. Aguila.
Mr. Aguila.
Aguila, yeah.
Because I remember, was it SmackDown 1 or SmackDown 2?
2.
Where he was a loading screen. I think
Yeah.
Lita was with him. Or
Yeah.
That's how Lita debuted after being Miss Congeniality in ECW.
Yes.
There's
God,
a
forgot
name
about
for
that.
you.
But yeah, happy birthday, happy 40th. Also on the 10th, happy
41st.
34th birthday to JTG.
Wonder what he's
Please.
stealing.
It's what he's
Isn't there a tenuous link there to Lita? Because when Lita went, they sold off all her stuff.
Yeah, they had a suitcase full of bra and panties, Jen. Would you like to buy Lita's... Oof.
Well, they
Bra and
it was
panties.
clothing.
Really?
I think at one point they sold tampons. Like they just had a box full of things like it had been left on her desk. Like they'd cleared out a locker or something. They just went down going like, we're going to like sell this. How much are people going to give
that's
us?
so boring.
I remember Paul Heyman, when Lesnar first debuted and he was having a match, handicap matches against the Hardy Boys, Paul Heyman stole Lita's briefcase and started sniffing her on the stage in public.
Wow.
Poor Lita. Anyway, happy birthday, JTG.
Right, rest of me.
He's only 34.
I know.
Like,
Shocking.
surprises me. Surprises me. Anyway, moving on to the 11th. Happy 44th birthday to Rey Mysterio Jr.
Yeah.
That's nice. Also on the 11th, happy 34th birthday to James Ellsworth. On the 12th, happy 54th, and just miracle that you're still alive, to Sabu.
Now, did you meet Sabu?
Yeah, I've told you this one.
Were you like you when you met Sabu?
No.
I didn't think you would.
Hello,
be.
Mr. Sabu. How are you doing?
I was like, actually, no, to be fair, I was, because it was really socially awkward. I told you
Yeah.
this story.
I only walked in,
I walked
yeah.
in on Jeannie, and she's just all boobs ablazing, and I was like, and then I went to shake her hand, and she was like, and he's just sitting there like, get out, and I was like, I'll give you a minute. And then I don't think I said hello to him after that. I think I just like avoided him. So yeah, that's my...
Boobs are blazing. I couldn't help myself there.
Also on the 12th, happy 37th birthday to Eddie Kingston. Doing well in Impact. Happy birthday also on the 12th, 52 to Ultimo Dragon. There you go, amazing.
I thought he was older, man.
I actually thought he was way older, but never mind. On the 12th, happy birthday to WCW ring announcer from the early 90s, Gary Michael Capetta.
If you heard his voice, you'd know who it was.
66. I didn't watch WCW.
It's not Penza.
though.
It's not the guy who goes.
I didn't watch WCW though. So I
David
don't
Penza was the WCW announcer. Like,
think- you make him sound like Mr. Hanky.
But Capetta's the guy before him, and you'd recognise his voice. Very recognisable.
Maybe.
voice.
I don't watch WCW though. But happy 66th birthday to you anyway. Also on the 12th, happy 80, or would have been, sorry, 84, to Jose Lothario, who just passed away really recently.
Shawn Michaels' trainer,
Mm-hmm.
who apparently Shawn didn't want to know or something. There's always that rumour going around, isn't there?
What?
Bit weird. Bit of a weird situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know it.
Michaels just want to...
Sweep it under the carpet.
He just wanted to be born with wrestling ability.
He probably was.
On the 13th also would have been 66. Happy birthday to the Junkyard Dog. Also passed away, no longer with us. Would have been 35 today. Happy birthday, Chris Travis. Also on the 13th, a happy 32nd birthday to Michael Elgin. And on the 15th, oh, my friend, happy 39th birthday
No.
to Eric Young.
Friend?
Yeah, actual pal. And on the 16th, a happy 39th birthday to Luke Harper.
39?
That's wild.
I thought he was a lot younger than that.
So did I, but
Even though he does look 39.
yeah, hard
Doesn't
paper
wrestle
round.
like... Yeah.
Hard paper round with the Bludgeon Brothers. Anyway, that has been this week in wrestling, and it's been super fun. So thanks for joining us. Bye, everybody. So that has been This Week in Wrestling. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so here. If you like what we do here at Cultaholic, then please join our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and join us.